Hi everyone, it's Centrea. And Mother, her mom.
And Woody.
And Woody, Chef Woody. So today we're going to be making caramelized onion and blue cheese burgers. None of us like blue cheese, so we're not using that. So.
Nope, and we also made a few adjustments with the salt, so there's less sodium. We're using some Mrs. Dash instead. So come on and cook with us.
Come cook with us.
All right, guys, so the first thing that we're gonna do is what?
Saute onions.
Saute our onions.
Saute onions. The first thing that you're gonna do is cut up your onion. You got a sweet onion. You're gonna cut that up into thin slices. And then you're going to put your large pan on your stove, and on medium heat, you're going to heat up 1 tablespoon of the avocado oil. So, Centrea, you want to go ahead and put 1 teaspoon of avocado oil. She's doing that. And then also, it also calls for a teaspoon of butter. So Centrea is also going to put that in the pan. And then we're going to add in our onions. So this also calls for salt, but we're not using salt. We're going to use Mrs. Dash. So, yeah, that's tablespoon. And so we're going to use this. Can you kind of show that up there to them? Just hold it up to the camera. We're going to use the onion and herb Mrs. Dash, and Chef Woody is putting that up there for you to see. It has 0 sodium in it. All the Mrs. Dash have 0 sodium, and they're pretty good. So Centrea is going to go ahead and add in the onions. Then you're going to reduce the heat to medium-low, and we're going to saute those actually for, it says 20 to 25 minutes. Is that about right?
You want to burn them?
Yeah, it says a deep golden brown, or like until they're soft. So Centrea's going to throw it out on the heat. We're going to heat it up for about 20-25 minutes. You'll add in water, tablespoons of water if it's getting too dry or, you know, starting to burn or whatever, just to make sure that it's not burning, right? So she's going to go ahead and do that, and then we'll be right back with the next step.
Come on over, guys.
Come on over. All right, guys, so we have our 1/4 cup of avocado oil, and we just used this kind here. I don't know if you can see it, but that's what we used. So that's what we're going with. Centrea is going to go ahead and add in the onions now. And we're going to reduce the heat after she gets the onions in there onto a medium-low. And then we'll cook the onions, stirring them occasionally until the onions are soft and a deep golden brown. Again, this takes about 20 to 25 minutes. And if you need to add in a few tablespoons of water at a time to like prevent staking, then you can do that. But we're going to go ahead and cook these onions up, and then we'll transfer the onions onto another plate, cover it, set it aside for a little bit, and then we will start working on our meat next, and we'll get our help from Chef Woody on that one. Okay, guys, so Centrea is finishing up the onions over here, and Chef Woody is going to go ahead and start on our mushrooms. But the next step before you start doing the mushrooms, you will want to turn on your stove at 400 degrees. And then the next thing is the pan that Chef Woody has, he's got parchment paper on it, so you're going to cut the parchment paper to the size of the pan. And then you're going to take a brush, and you're going to brush your mushrooms all over with 2 tablespoons of oil, and then you're going to season with the salt. But again, we are going to be using Mrs. Dash instead of salt to reduce the sodium in the dish. So Chef Woody is continuing to brush the mushrooms with the oil, and he actually is using a regular paintbrush, right?
Yep.
And is that typically what you use for?
Only buy pastry fish.
What is it? Sorry.
Pastry brush.
He's also saying you could use a pastry brush, but we don't have a pastry brush, do we?
Oh,
No, we don't have one, so we're just using a paintbrush because my husband has his own barbecue sauce, and so he uses a paintbrush to put it on the ribs, right? Or, yeah? Is that what you use it for? Yeah. So we just use one of his brushes. All right, so he has finished putting the oil onto the mushroom caps. The next thing that he's going to do is add on the Mrs. Dash, which is this one. So you'll want to sprinkle that all on all 4 mushroom caps. And make sure that you're placing your mushrooms where they are stem side up. And we have the big portobello mushrooms. So just make sure you remove the stem. I mean, you could remove the stem or you could cook them with it on, right? Chef Woods? Remove the stem?
yeah.
Okay. He's saying remove the stems, that would be better. So that's what I did anyway, but okay, and then what we're gonna do after he finishes seasoning the mushrooms, we're gonna go ahead and we'll put the mushrooms into the stove for 10 minutes and roast them at 400 degrees. And then after they've been in the oven for 10 minutes, we'll pull them out. Chef Woods will flip them over, and then we're going to discard any liquid that might be in there. And then we're gonna roast it for another 10 to 15 minutes longer until they are tender and lightly browned. If you want to reduce your stove to about 200 to keep them warm afterwards, you can do that too. So that is going to be the next step. We're gonna put these puppies into the stove. All right. All right, so we're gonna go ahead, Chef Woody's gonna go ahead and work on the meat. He's adding in the pepper. And then he's adding in a couple more spices. We are using a few different spices here for the meat. You're gonna want 16 ounces of hamburger meat. We use bison meat around here because hamburger meat, it's fine, but it has a texture that, I don't know, kind of messes with me. So bison meat is kind of what we've been using. And so you need 16 ounces of that. The next 4 seasons are, we used garlic parmesan, Weber garlic parmesan, and it actually has 60 milligrams of sodium, which is a lot less than regular salt. So we don't even we're not even putting salt in it except for this. And I added in 2 4 teaspoons of this mix of garlic parmesan seasoning. So it's going to be 120 milligrams of sodium versus probably over 500, close to, I don't know, 600-700 milligrams of sodium if we would have just used salt. So that's one seasoning that Chef Woods just put into the meat. The second one is going to be, I used about a tablespoon of onion and herb Miss Dash. So we got that in there. The next thing is, so these are our friends. They own Spicy J's here in Wichita, Kansas. If you haven't heard of them, look them up. They're online. You can order from them. They've got really great quality spices. This one is called Exception, and there's 0 sodium in it. So we are using it. It's kind of like a all-purpose seasoning, and it's salt-free. So check them out. The second, or the last one, is actually called, what is this called? When It Matters. And it is like an onion garlic type of seasoning. It is also from Spicy J's. So please check them out. Very, very little sodium. In fact, the owners were telling me that there's such a low amount of sodium in it that he feels like he can promote it salt-free because it's just really, there's just really not any sodium in it. So anyway, Spicy J's, go check them out. They have a website. They're also on YouTube as well. We can plug in their information, link to our YouTube channel video, whatever we're doing right here. So
Description.
yeah, description. That's why I have Centrea, because she knows about all this stuff. So after Chef Woody gets that mixed up, we have a little scale right here, and he's gonna weigh out 4 ounces of meat onto the scale, and then he's gonna pat those hamburgers into 4 separate hamburgers. So it'll be 4 ounces each, and again, and then again, why is it not coming on? There we go. Okay, so anyway, it'll be 4 ounces each, and then we will go from there. So we're gonna do this, and then we'll see you in a little bit.
Okay guys, this is currently what our onions look like. We're still cooking them. They're still cooking. We still have about 10 minutes left on them, 10.5 minutes. So we'll show you them as soon as they finish. Okay guys, so we finished our onions and we put them back into our bowl. And to now Mathura has put our burgers on the pan. So those are cooking now.
They look yummy. Oh, actually we're supposed to cook them on timer 3 minutes for each side. Actually says 3 to 5 minutes. It probably just depends on if you want your burger like medium rare or well done or what? 3? Just 3? Chef Woods is saying probably just do 3 to 4 minutes each side, and that way it won't be too dry, right? Chef Woods said it won't be too dry. So we're gonna go ahead and cook this. We have about 2 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock. After we get it done, we will come right back. Yeah. All right, guys, we are going to saute some spinach. This is about 5 ounces of spinach. We're gonna go ahead and saute that in the oil from the burgers just to give it a little bit of flavor. And we are, because the what's that called? The recipe that we're using. Yeah. It calls for 4 pieces of like lettuce or something like that, but we are actually going to alter the recipe a little bit, and we're gonna saute some we already did that. We're gonna saute these little spinach. These are baby spinach. See, isn't that cute? Little baby spinaches, and we're gonna saute that up, and then we're going to put it on the mushroom cap that is ready to go. We're just waiting on this spinach here. We're gonna put it on the mushroom cap. Then Chef Woods is gonna help us put on the burger, and then the onions will be put on top of that. You want to be careful with the onions because Chef Woody was sharing while we were off camera that the onions actually, when they start to caramelize and they start to saute, that they increase in sugar. So we don't want a lot of sugar, so we want to be careful with with that. So we're just gonna add a tad bit to our burgers. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish sauteing this, and then we will be right back. Chef Woody will plate the food, and then we will have a taste test. Yeah. Okay, first we need to put we're gonna put the greens on, the spinach on first on top of the mushroom. So Chef Woods is gonna put the spinach on top of the mushroom first, and then he'll add the hamburger. Oh, and then you want to go ahead and add the spinach to the other, yeah, there you go, the other 3 plates. What kind of health properties does spinach have, Chef Woods?
Iron.
Iron. Iron, yeah. Does a mushroom have health properties?
Yeah, but I don't know what they are.
What about onions?
I don't know what those are either.
Okay, well, at
Onion
least...
acts like a penicillin.
Onion acts like a penicillin? Really? Huh, that's interesting. I never heard that before. But, wow. All right, so he's got all of the spinach on the mushroom. The next thing he's going to do is continue to put the hamburger on top, or the bison burger, I should say, on top of the spinach. And then he will put the caramelized onion. Again, we're going to be careful with the onion. That one probably needs to be fixed right there. We're going to be careful with the onion because you don't want a lot of sugar, right, Chef Woods?
No.
So he's going to put just a bit of onion on there. That's a lot of onion, don't you think? Do you think we should put that much on, Chef Woods?
I don't know.
Maybe just a little bit now, not a lot on the other 2. Okay. It looks really good. All right, that's probably good then, right? Okay, so he's got it all plated now. We're not forgetting anything, right? Nothing. All right, we're good to go. So, Chef Woods is going to be up next for the taste testing. So, we'll see you in a minute.
It might be good.
All right, everybody. So Woody is going to do his taste test for our burgers that we made.
Our caramelized onion burgers.
Yep, and we'll see what he thinks.
Bison burgers.
Well, the meat has good flavor.
That's good flavor. The meat does.
Okay.
So would you need anything like mustard or any sauces, or do you think that it balances that okay, maybe?
I think it balances out okay.
Okay.
Some sauce might be good. Some mustard might be good. We're eating it like it is.
How's the mushroom and the sauteed spinach?
Good.
And the onions, how are they?
They're good.
All right, so what will you give this dish?
What does Woody rate it out of 10?
Give it a 9.
9 out of 10.
So why? Why would you not give it a 10 out of 10? What would you do different?
Nothing.
But you just want to do a 9 out of a 10, not a 10 out of a 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. All right.
Okay, next up will be Jacob. Okay, everybody, so it's Jacob's turn to now try the burgers that we made. Jacob doesn't like mushrooms, so his is not on a mushroom. So, but we'll see what he thinks about everything else.
Everything got good flavor. Really good.
Everything has good flavor, he says.
Like from the spinach to the onion and to the meat. It's good.
Okay,
Really good.
it's really good, he says. What do you rate it out of 10? 10 out of 10? Woohoo! We got a 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. Okay, so next up will be me and Muthra. Okay guys, so we're back, me and Muthra. We're gonna try ours now and see how we like it. Okay. Mmm. That's good. Mm-hmm. That is good. Yeah. Really yummy. It's very balanced. Mm-hmm. I don't feel like I would need any sauces. Mm-mm. I mean, maybe mustard, but like you could add something if you wanted it, but like it's not, you don't need it. Really. You wouldn't need it. No. No, it's really good. It's got a nice balance. There's a little bit of savory. Also, the onions bring a little bit of sweet to it. Mm-hmm. The flavor on the burger is superb. So you don't have to have all that salt in it. We did substitute a lot of Mrs. Dash into the recipe instead of using the salt. And it really, you can't, I can't even really tell. Yeah, no, I think it tastes really good. The flavor and everything. Because there's only like 120 milligrams of sodium in the burger itself. We didn't put any seasoning in the sauteed mushrooms. We did add some garlic and herb to the onions when we sauteed it. We added, I thought, the garlic and something to the mushrooms. The mushrooms, but not the spinach. Oh yeah, we didn't add anything to the spinach. Yeah, so Centrea is going to figure up the sodium, but again, really the only sodium that's in it, you do have sodium in spinach. It's like 110 milligrams of sodium in an entire 5 ounces of spinach, which was a whole container that we used of baby spinach. It's not, I mean, if you divide that 110 by 4. So we're gonna go ahead and eat our burgers, and yeah, that's it. Hope you guys try it. Let us know in the comments if you like it, how it turned out for you guys, and make sure you guys tell your family and your friends and your coworkers and your mama and your wife. Thanks for watching us today, guys. Bye. Bye.